What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a glorious day. Let's look at another episode, episode 31. We're going to be going through days 156 through 165, so let's check it out. As you can see, I started by completing the Tower of Life quest, and then after that, I went on to do Deadliest Catch. The reason for this was because these were requirements for task sets. The quests themselves really were not anything too special, but after that, I went on to finish Tier 2 of the Elven task set, which is pretty cool. Nice thing about this is that now I can hunt Grenwalls without needing to bait the traps, which is pretty much the worst part about hunting Grenwalls. So getting that pretty much irrelevant means I can get incredibly overpowered Hunter XP, especially if I'm using Crystallize. Now, I have a question for you guys. Through doing a lot of Big Chinchompa, I've accumulated 3,000 private Hunter area tickets for Grenwalls, and I don't know if they're really worth using. Now that I have access to Crystallize, and you can't use Crystallize in the private Hunter grounds, I want your opinion. Is it worth using up those Hunter tokens, or should I just only hunt Grenwalls through using Crystallize out in the actual Terranwin area? You guys tell me your opinions in the comments below. I really don't care if those 3,000 tickets go to waste if I'm training at the most efficient method, but if there isn't a massive difference between the two, or if you think that it's worth using the tickets for maybe some slightly more AFK hunters, something along those lines. I know Crystallize can cost a decent chunk of cash, so if that's also a factor and you know actual figures on this, then throw your opinion in the comments below. I will really, really appreciate it. After that, though, I did get 85 Hunter from a box trap, which is pretty cool, making fantastic progress in the Hunter skill through doing box traps. It's actually been enormous amounts of progress. After that, that was the end of the day, though. 2226 total level, just over 104 mil XP. Let's jump into the next day. Now, beginning the day, I wanted to use up some of my Protean planks, and I wanted to make mahogany or boutique prawn brokers. And for that, I wanted a bunch of the porthole lenses, I needed them, and I had 2.2k prawn balls in the bank already, so I figured I would just open them instead of buy the secondary ingredient, just for shits and giggles, really. And I wound up just getting a ridiculous amount of golden prawn crackers and actual golden eggs as well. And I had only started with 4 golden eggs, now I have 22 of both. I actually did wind up going on to sell 5 of the crackers for a total of 7 mil, which is pretty cool. People who want the comp requirement done sometimes will pay money for the crackers to get the pulls, which is pretty cool. So I did make a little bit of money there, which I was really excited about. But also, I used all of these extra golden eggs to prestige my own aquarium, pretty much just, I mean, it is a trim comp requirement, not that that's really why I did it, but getting the Stone of Jazz plug unlocked, I thought looked pretty cool. And it was around this point that I realized that I had never actually set up my aquarium, so I wasn't taking advantage of the free elite I could be getting every week, as well as the free gems and planks you can get from the other things you throw in your aquarium. So kind of a waste, kind of a misplay on my part by a few months, really. But overall, I don't think it's a massive deal, and at least I'm taking advantage of it now. Decided to AFK some fletching at the party area while using some portables, a pretty nice XP there. Got to level 83, and then after that, that was the end of the day. 2227 total level, almost 105.2 mil XP. Let's jump straight into day 158. Working on a fishing challenge. I had to fish, I think, around 44 cave fish. Got to level 94 fishing, which is pretty exciting. After that, I went on to work on a gargoyle task. I was ranging it, pretty much just because I wanted range XP. I know that they are way, way easier to mage, but was desperate for the range XP. Got to level 89, which is pretty cool. Also hit level 122 combat, so that is also getting up there. Pretty exciting stuff. Finishing that task, I had gotten 115k Slayer XP. I believe I had some bonus XP in Slayer, and that's why that's so high. Also got 163k XP in range, so that's kind of why I wanted to do range, because I was close to the level, and I figured that this task would get me over that level. Turning in a rune crafting challenge after that, though, got to level 84. Pretty fun stuff there. And then I went on to AFK a bit more fletching at the party area and hit level 84 fletching as well. After that, decided to work on a death task and hit Krill with a friend of mine. Got to level 89 HP, which is pretty good stuff. And then after that, I got the War Priest of Bando's top. At this point, I think I really only need the cape to finish the Zamorak set, not Bandos, I'm sorry. But only one piece left to finish that. I believe I might go and grind that out sometime in the near future for bank space, just killing imps. But I don't know if I'll actually ever get around to that. Hopefully I will. Anyway, though, finishing that instance was almost 1.4 mil for both of us, which is pretty nice. Pretty standard instance. We didn't really get any special drops, really just made bank on the Wanza Zamorak. That was the end of the day though, 2232 total level and 106.6 mil XP. Let's jump straight into day 159. I got a royal battleship from a pinata from Treasure Hunter, which got me to level 90 construction, believe it or not. I thought that was pretty funny. Another skill over 90, pretty exciting stuff. Other than that, I don't think this really unlocks anything too special, but another 90 skill, which I'm pretty happy about. After this, I finally went to Apatoll and started working on some thieving at Monkey Knife Fighters. I got to level 79, and then a while after that had finally gotten to level 80. All skills above 80 now. I have access to the 80s cape. Not actually going to make it or anything just because, I mean, it's nice, but I have a prayer cape keepsake on, and I'm never going to really override that with an 80s cape. Not to mention, once Invention comes out in probably about less than a week from the time this video is actually going to be live, I won't be able to wear it, so it's just going to take up bank space. But having all skills above 80 is really exciting. Kind of an uneventful day though, 107.3 mil XP just about, and 2235 total level. Let's check out day 160. Training some agility during Heaven Voice of Saren, got to level 84, doesn't unlock anything, but making progress in a very pain in the ass skill. I am very happy to say that I did get a level. After that, working on a farm run, got to level 83 farming, can now farm spirit trees. Because of this, I've shifted some of the resources that I'm gathering in Miscellanea to include maples. Because when you get maple logs, you also get a bunch of seeds from birds' nests, and hopefully I'll get a spirit tree seed, and it'll be really nice to set one of those up. I think I would throw it in Port Sarim, just because that is a convenient location, not only just to be able to get down to Shiloh from the cart, but also primarily for the fruit tree patch that's there. While using superheat form in the Living Rock Caverns, got to level 85 smithing, tying it up with my mining level, can now smelt rune bars, and really just a bajillion other things, but none of this is really important or eventful stuff. It is really cool to be getting a bunch of smithing XP while I'm down here though. Now I didn't have a bunch of clips for today, mostly because I was AFKing Thaler in Castle Wars, because I did want to work towards Seedicide, and a main reason for that is because while I was working on agility earlier, I got a crystal acorn. Crystal acorns can be planted to make a crystal tree just southeast of the Grand Exchange area of Elf City, which you can harvest every day for 15,000 experience. Ideally, I would like to get my farming up as soon as I can, and it's at this point I've started finally doing pineapples, and shortly after this I'm also going to start doing calquats. Up until now, my farming level has been pretty much exclusively from willows, avanto and quarm, and sweet corn, which is really not a lot. So incorporating these other relatively cheap training methods into my farm runs will help boost my farming level a lot. And ideally, if I decide to actually grind out a Seedicide, which I haven't finished doing yet, and I can start camping like Aquanites, maybe I can get that farming level up that much faster, and the sooner I can plant that crystal acorn, the sooner I will take advantage of just a ridiculous amount of free XP. This was the end of the day though, 2238 total level, coming up on 107.8 mil XP. Let's move on to day 161. Now it's around this point that I figured that I know I had initially said that maybe working on mining and smithing early would be really nice to do, mostly because there's not going to be a good or bad time for me to train it, and getting my smithing up above 90 sooner would be really good, because then I could get a free attuned crystal seed, get a tier 80 weapon and start using that to work on Slayer. And obviously the sooner I get higher tier weapons, the more efficiently I'll be training Slayer, and just the better I'll train combat in general. However, on this day I decided that it would be better for me to take advantage of the party area while it's actually still in the game. Pretty much because taking advantage of that 5% XP boost for any bank standing skill is just way too good to pass up. So I decided to work on fletching just because it's somewhat of a slower skill, really not a skill I enjoy, and most other bank standing skills, things like cooking, fire making, I can do a lot faster. Even Herblore, planning on doing that a little bit over double XP weekend, and it just seemed like too good of an opportunity to pass up. So I decided to work on a bunch of fletching on this day and a bunch of fletching over the next several days. I got to level 84 and level 85 on this day. Not really a whole lot else though. That was the end of the day at 2240 total level, coming up on 108.9 mil XP. Again, not a lot done, but I'm just trying to explain my logic to you guys on why I'm kind of putting more of a focus on fletching over anything else at this point. Beginning day 162 though, I know I misspoke. I got level 85 and 86, and now beginning this day I got to level 87 fletching. Pretty great progress overall. Cutting magic shield bows has been really nice in the fact that it's very, very slight profit, so I'm not really wasting a whole bunch of money here. And it's also very AFK, so even though it's not quite as much XP per hour as stringing the bows would be, it's way too AFK for me not to take advantage of. Did my Tears of Guthix, got 51,000 thieving XP on what is probably the best Tears of Guthix run I've ever had, around 171 tears. I was super stoked about it, had very good RNG. This was one of the only times I've actually enjoyed this minigame. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to put in any more statue clips, but the reason I'm putting this in is because I got to level 87 firemaking while I was here. Pretty exciting stuff, just making really good progress in general. And very cheap progress, to be fair. Use are just very cheap to burn nowadays, and I'm honestly probably going to do them to 99. Getting this extra level out is pretty cool. Hit the party area to do a bunch more fletching though, got to level 88, and then even went on to get to level 89. Just so much XP in fletching over these past few days. That was the end of the day though, 2244 total level, 110.3 mil XP, day 163, let's check it out. Camping for some clue scrolls. This was the day that blood dyes were released. I know you can't get them from a hard clue scroll, but I had already done my elite that I had from the aquarium, had no luck, and decided I was in the mood for clue scrolls, so I camped hearts. Anyway, got to level 82 strength while I was here at Hellhounds. Pretty fun stuff, and this is also the day that Hades, Skull, and Fenrir were released into the game, basically meaning a bunch of free XP and a bunch of bonus XP in a handful of great skills. As you can see from Fenrir, I got up to level 87 Herblore from a 37,000 XP drop, as well as getting 114k bonus XP in Herblore. It's just so strong. I have so much bonus XP in Herblore right now. As you can see, almost went 1.4 mil bonus XP, and I'm hopefully going to use a lot of that up during bonus XP weekend, which is going to be such a great boost in such an expensive skill. After killing Hades, I finally decided I was just going to put my XP into attack because of all of the different combat styles, attack was the one that was really farthest from hitting a tier 90 weapon, so I figured that would be the best use of the XP. 54,000 straight XP and 165,000 bonus XP, putting myself at level 86 attack, another really cool milestone. And then going on to kill Skull, got almost 37,000 straight agility XP as well as 110k bonus XP in agility. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost entirely certain that over the past few years, the amount of bonus XP you've gotten from Hades and Skull has been a lot higher, although you didn't get any XP outright. It was only bonus XP. Now, granted, now that you're able to also get XP from Fenrir, and granted of, the amount of bonus XP that we get in the game just every day through Treasure Hunter, I still think we're getting more free XP than we used to, and I think I almost like that they finally toned these things back. They were very strong, and just with the amount of bonus XP and microtransaction sort of stuff going on in the game, for them to tone this back a little bit to kind of compensate for that, I think is a pretty smart move by Jagex. After turning in the helmet and spear to air, I believe that's how you pronounce it, I got 109k bonus XP in divination as well as a 36k XP drop. Bunch of great XP into a very slow skill. Very happy to take advantage of this as well. As you can see, just taking advantage of this entire event just gave me so much bonus XP and really good XP drops as well. So it's way too good to not take advantage of. If you haven't already killed all three of these wolves and turned in a helmet and a spear to air, make sure you do that because it is way too good for your account to pass up. After that though, I went on to turn in a Slayer daily challenge, pushed myself up to level 88, pretty fun stuff. After capping at the Citadel on, I think entirely smithing, I don't think I had to do any sort of mining or firemaking to keep up with it, you can see my mining and my smithing XP are pretty much on top of each other, basically meaning that if I get 99 mining down in the Living Rock Caverns while also using Superheat Form, capping at the Citadel on smithing will make up for any discrepancy in the XP differences, pretty much meaning that I will be able to get 99 smithing pretty much for free, the cost of a few prey renewals, which is really good for this account. Not to mention very efficient in the amount of time it saves, and the fact that I'm going to be capping at the Citadel anyway, no matter what I would cap on to help out my clan, and I'm going to be working on 99 mining anyway, so this pretty much means I'm saving money and a garbage load of time through going with this method for smithing, and I'm really excited about it. That was the end of the day, though. 2248 total level, 111.725 mil XP. Let's check out day 164 and check it out, see what we got. Doing even more fletching, got to level 90. This unlocks a bunch of stuff, but probably nothing I will ever really take advantage of. Even went on to get to level 91, can do the first stage of an effigy, should someone need it, or, should I be lucky enough to need it. Very, very cool stuff. Bunch of interesting unlocks, to say the least, and really, really good progress in a skill also. Doing a farmer gun after that, though, got to level 84. Pretty fun stuff as well. And then that was the end of the day again. Pretty much, now that my fletching level is this high, it's taking a long time to AFK between levels. So even though I'm working actively throughout the day, my clips are being spaced out enough to the point where it's looking like I'm really not doing a lot. So just kind of trying to explain my logic there and why it doesn't seem like I'm accomplishing a lot regardless. 2251 total level, almost 112.6 mil XP. Let's move on to day 165. This was the first day that I actually started the stream up again since last month, since December 20th, and we got a lot of really fun stuff done, so let's check it out. So I began the stream camping some clue scrolls, and while I was at Hellhounds, got to level 83 defense. Pretty cool progress there. After that, it was a bunch of quests, basically just working on different requirements for Ritual of the Majorat. I did Anakris Lament, after that I did Haziel Cult, and then after that I did the Fight Arena. Took a break for a second, worked on Tears of Gothics, got 43k XP, not quite as good as I did last time, but still pretty good chunk of XP, quite happy about it, especially considering it's going into low-level thieving. Would like to get that up to around 90, but grinding that out does not really sound very appealing to me. After that, did some more quests. I did A Tale of Two Cats, and then I decided to knock out all of the spins that I had accumulated from each quest, mostly because this is during a Meteorite promo, and basically when you put XP into some of your lower skills, you get a bunch more. And because summoning is one of my lower skills, kind of an expensive skill as well, I decided to put a bunch of XP into that. Now granted, this might not be the best use, being that I could just train summoning during bonus XP weekend when I'm not doing Herblore, and being that I have probably like 16 million spirit gems I can be using. Might not be the best choice, but still I think it was pretty worth it, just being that you get more XP out of it as opposed to less XP, even if it was maybe in a better skill. 157k bonus XP though, I think it was probably a good choice. Then again, went on to do more quests, did Cabin Fever, the Great Brain Robbery, and Rocking Out quests, part of the Pirate quest line. And at this point, I had all of the requirements done for Ritual of the Majorat. Have not yet done this quest. Maybe I will do it in the near future, but that was pretty much the end of the day at this point. Almost 113.6 mil XP and 2252 total level. We've made a bunch of progress, especially in quests toward the end on this day. Took a couple skills over 90. Overall, a very successful episode, and proud to say that after this episode is uploaded, I have finally caught up on all of the clips that I had been stocking over the past month pretty much. I've gone from finals week around like December, even before December 20th, probably like December 17th or something, all the way through to today, which is January 22nd, in clips over the past 4 episodes, and I am super stoked to have finally caught up. That being said, though, guys, I do want to say that it will probably be at least a week, if not 2, until my next episode is up. It's really going to depend, number one, I need to actually gather the clips now because I'm caught up, and number 2, on when I actually have time to record the audio for it once I do have those clips. So that being said, new episodes are going to be spaced out for a little while now, unless you, for some weird reason, want me to just not release an episode for 3 months and then just put out a million at once. I don't think that's likely to happen now. Also, I would like to point out that, as you could see from a handful of these days, a lot of my progress has been very spaced out in the fact that I'm getting into higher level skills, and I can complete entire days with only 2 clips, one clip to start the day with one sort of milestone, and one clip marking how much XP I had at the end. And even that, it feels kind of weird to show how much XP I have at the end of each individual day. It's not really a milestone, but I am kind of trying to keep track of this on a day-to-day basis, so I think it's kind of something cool to throw in there. All things being said, though, guys, hope you have enjoyed this episode and will continue to enjoy the future ones whenever I do finally get those out. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for watching. Stay happy, and I cannot wait to see you in my next episode. And hold on for just a second, because when this episode is uploaded, it's very likely that I'll be streaming on Twitch tonight. There will be a link to my stream in the description below. If you're interested, please by all means check it out. Drop by, drop a follow, say hi, and overall, we'll just have a good time. Again, thank you for watching. Stay happy. Cannot wait to see you in my next episode, because I will return and I will rebuild.